Thank you for joining tonight. I am Rachel, as in Rachel G. Palmistry, aka known to my family as Rachel Galbreath. And thanks for joining in tonight on SPTV. I am, as you probably guessed it, going to be reading poems tonight. And for the first part of the show, yes, there are two parts of the show tonight, and that's how I like to do it. Toward the end, after I'm done reading poems, I will very quickly, and I do say quickly and I mean quickly, read a card. I'll pull a card for people. Very, very quick reads. And tonight for that, I actually decided on an oracle deck. And just so you know which deck I'm going to be using tonight, it's called the Sacred Forest Oracle Deck by Denise Lynn. Okay, just in case any of you really, really like it, you can go and search it out, okay? It's a beautiful deck, by the way. But what we need to do is for you to focus on the hand that you write with. If you were to pick up a pen, sign your name, that is the hand that we need a photo of. So please use your cell phone and try to get a really nice, crisp, clean shot from the wrist, including all out to the very, very tippy tips of the fingers, okay? So I can make sure it's nicely lit so that I can see all the little nooks and crannies in there for all those little lines. And I believe that Richard actually had something very important that he wanted to discuss. So I'm going to allow him a moment to go ahead, Richard, whenever you're ready.
Good evening, everybody. Hope you're well and having a great day. Now, we just need to have a quick chat, and hopefully people can put a thumbs up and acknowledge what I'm just about to say. Rumours are going around that Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and other social media are planning to ban those who use the word psychic, tarot, mediumship, and other tags to do with spiritualism or the, let's put it in another word, the occult. I'm not saying that spiritualism is the occult, but around that, like witches and so forth. These are the rumours that are going around. TikTok and Facebook, and I think have denied all this. But just to let people know, we will keep streaming onto YouTube as long as we can, and as Facebook as long as we can. Hopefully, touch wood, that we're not banned, because we are being told a lot of sites are being blocked. Certain people can't comment as well, and pages are just being deleted just for the hell of it, I suppose. So therefore, if we do go down and you can't see our page anymore, please remember that we do stream to YouTube every single day on our broadcasts, and also this is available on our website to stream as well. And we have our website which you can go to and see all the schedules and stuff like that. Fingers crossed this won't happen to us. But if it is the case, please note that SPTV is still there. We'll still be broadcasting on YouTube and other media as well. So please still keep following us. Go to notifications and so forth. So if one day you come on and we're not there, just be aware that we will be on YouTube. Okay. Mm-hmm. Thanks very much, Rachel.
You are very welcome, Richard.
Back to you in the studio.
So back to the photos and everything. So remember, from the wrist, okay, all the way out to the tip of each finger, okay, just a nice shot like that of your hand, the hand that you would write, sign your name with. That's what we focus on. I say we, I don't know, me and my gang, my team, I guess. Where's Marcus when I need him, right? my team, right? He calls it my team. But anyway, that's what I look at when I first come in contact with somebody or first do a first time reading on somebody, because that is your current life. The hand that you write with is your current life. So that means that your, like for me, my left hand, that is a map to all the poignant events that have happened to me in my previous lives. I said that plural. Yes, lives, because I do believe in reincarnation based on what I do. Now, if you're not familiar with me, I have been doing this for, well, next Monday, it will be 35 years, not 34, as it will be my 50th birthday next Monday. So, that being said, I guess you know what I got for my birthday when I was 15, right? That's right, I got a palmistry book. That's what started me in palmistry. I actually bought a palmistry book with some birthday money, and it's just been there ever since. It's just been me and palmistry ever since. So with that many years of doing it, I do have my own twist, meaning my own little way of doing it. Of course, it's like an amalgamation pulled from this method or ideology or philosophy or whatever, right? And then just put into the way Rachel does it. And if you have any questions at all about anything I say tonight, understand you can reach out to me at any point in time. You can find me either on the SPTV website, sptv.uk, right? Did I get that right, Richard? Yeah, okay. And you can also reach out to me for now on reach out to me now on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all of those platforms that Richard just mentioned, and just look for Rachel G. Palmistry. You're gonna find me. Trust me, you're gonna find me. And just ask. Just ask, Rachel, what did you mean by that? And I will explain. I promise you I will explain, okay? Because I try to get as many readings in as possible, but I'm a talker, you see. I got this thing, where I talk, and thankfully I have Sir Richard over here in the ear going, Rachel, so yeah. I try to get through it. And then for those people that do not get their palms read tonight, remember, toward the end, I am going to be pulling some really quick cards for everybody, okay? And this is a fortnightly show, so I will be on again in 2 weeks' time. Okay, so who do we have on tonight, Richard? Okay. Hi, Charlotte. Yeah, nifty 50. Hi, Terry. Thank you for all your work. Yeah, I'm going to be 50 next week. Oh. Hi, Catherine. Miss Joanne. Hello there. Hi, Catherine. Thank you. Hi, Linda. Hey, Caitlin. Thank you very much. Hi, Mick. And thank you as well. Eddie Raven. Hello. And it is the new 21. Oh, I butcher names. A margarita. Okay, a margarita. Hello. And I apologize if I butchered it. Hi, Kimbo. Hello. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Kelly. Good to see you again. Hi, Christiana. Claire. Good to see you. Hi, Phoenix. Hello, Anne. And hello to you too, Wendy. Hi, Sue. Good to see you. And Gina, good to see you as well. Priscilla, welcome. Welcome aboard. Hi, Jane. You're new too. Well, welcome to the family. Hi, Corey. Hi, Millie. No, I did not know. Hi, Sonora. I hope I said your name properly. Hey, hello. Hi, Jade. Hi, Allie. Good to see you, Heather. Caught up? Okay. Okay. So, Gina. Gina, you're the first one. Woo! All right. So, let me just do something a little funky with my computer here. Actually, the light from it's hurting my eyes and everything. Okay. All right. So, Sir Richard. Oh, you're a lefty, Gina. Ooh. All right. So I cannot see the comments again down at the bottom of the screen. It's cut in half. That is better. Thank you. And the lighting on the palm is a little bit blurry for me. I don't know. The lighting. Yeah. Oh, it's the Brooklyn in me coming out. Leave it alone. He's picking on me. He's picking on me, people. Yes, that is. Thank you very much. All right, Gina. So, first off, what now? Okay, I have to preface this. I did not actually speak about this. Be brave. People, be brave. If you've come to me and you want one of those types of readings where it's like I look at your palm and I say next Thursday at 3:01 p.m. in the afternoon, a red truck is going to pass by and beep its horn 5 times, and a 6-foot tall person is going to come to your door with a bouquet of roses and a loaf of bread. That's not me. Okay, I am more about you, your energy, and this is a soul reading. Okay, so be brave. Understand that we are all human. We are all energy. And we have more in common with each other than anybody really thinks that we do, but we really, really do. So I'm going to start off right off the bat by saying, Gina, something that sounds really strong, but just give me a minute, all right? Give me a little smidge of a second, and I will explain. Now, looking at your fingers, okay? These 2 fingers here, this is Saturn and this is Apollo, okay? Those 2 fingers are set actually on the palm rather closely together, okay? And when that happens, it's often seen on people who assume a role to get things done. Seen on professional actors and actresses. It's seen on people who just do, right? They will put on almost like that Halloween pretend mask, like this is who you all think I am. That might not be who I am, but that's who I'm presenting myself to be. So now this is where I'm going to ask you, Gina, to hang in there, because that's not necessarily a bad thing. But what that is a type of protective kind of measure, is it not? And I noticed that on your hand, down here in this area, which is actually called the Mount of Venus, you have a lot of you have a lot of little lines coming from the base of the thumb going toward the lifeline. Now, when that happens, and you have a lot of them from when you were very, very young as well, because this is actually where the line starts, and this is where the line ends down here, okay? So, when you were younger, those lines, what do those lines mean that go from the base of the thumb to the lifeline? Those are negative situations that get thrown at us by other people. People that'll just like involve us in the mess, the chaos, the drama. And it's the stuff that we just can't really shake, that we ruminate over, right? Just keep thinking and the wheel keeps spinning, right? It pops up when we least expect it. So from an early age, you actually have a lot of situations on your wisdom line as well. And the wisdom line is the second line that goes down through the middle like this. Okay, I know that was a shaky line I just made, but I think you get the gist of it there. Okay, that's the wisdom line. Now, above that, just so you know, is the relationship line that goes across. Okay, now, because your wisdom line is very shaky, right across from those events, those negative situation lines, it meant that when you were young, you already had the propensity to put on that mask and assume that role. Because, hello, you were a child and your fingers were already on your palm, right? So you had that propensity based on stuff that happened in a past life. Didn't necessarily need to happen, but it happened because people threw stuff at you again in this life. And I can tell you, based on looking at your relationship line, you have a line that comes up. Okay, you can kind of see I have one too, right? That means that there is somebody in this life that you knew in a past life. And that person is probably why you came into this life ready to just put on that mask and assume that role. So how do we get off that wheel? How do we break that continuous, perpetual motion wheel, hamster wheel, right? Well, we go out of our comfort zone. And by that, I mean, you dive into the empath that you are. You dive into those murky waters and you see what's making them murky. And why do I say waters? Because this area of your hand, right, this whole side is very, very squared off, right? Now, the interesting thing with that is that it looks like it has a lot of give to it. Like if you were to actually touch it, it would be very pillow-like. And that means that you have a lot that you are holding on to. And in palmistry and in tarot and all this kind of stuff, emotions are equivocal to water. Okay? So you have to go into those murky depths and find out and change and get off the wheel. How do you get off the wheel? This is the rough part. Do you see Mercury? Okay. And this is Saturn. Okay. Now these two fingers here, which I should have also told you that this one right here is Apollo. These two fingers, Saturn and Apollo. Saturn is the one Titan god that just does stuff no matter what. No matter what. If it has to get done, it's going to get done. Crush the toes, do it, right? So that shows that stamina and that ability that people rely on you and will put pressures on you because they don't want to do it. So Gina will do it, right? And Apollo is about self-expression. And that's why when the two of them are together, it's often found on people who are professional actors because you find the creative arts in Apollo as well because it's an expression of emotion and therefore self-care, okay, because you are getting that weight off of your shoulders. And do you see the length difference there? Saturn is so much longer than both Jupiter, which is Zeus, which is ego and self-esteem, and Apollo. But Apollo and Zeus are equal. So you, my lady, are going to have to start doing for you. And you're going to have to start drawing lines in that sand and saying, no, no more. It's time for me to do what I want to do. And that's where this little finger Mercury, who's all about very basic black and white communication, right? He's the one that's going to tell it like it is, right? And Apollo is going to be like, I feel, right? I think of adjectives. That's how Apollo communicates. Well, Mercury is going to be like, shut up, Apollo. It's really going to be like, shut up, Apollo. You know, it's raining outside. It's 50 degrees. It's 3:25 p.m. here in Ohio, where Rachel is. Very factual. And this is the uncomfortable area. You are going to have to start believing in you. Understand the fact that people come to you and have you do the work for them means that you are stronger than they are. And they feel that way underneath it all. So why don't you feel that way? Maybe you need to start telling yourself that, even if it's out loud, and don't giggle. But if you say it out loud, guess who hears it? Not the people around you. I'm saying go into a room and say, you know what, Gina, we can do this. I can do this. Because you will be telling yourself something that you need to hear. The ideas that you have, the strength that you have, the ability to cut to the chase, the empath that you are, the ability to see people for who they truly are, that's all a gift. It's not a burden. Now, the fact that you are left-handed, I applaud, but that also means that you are right-brained, which means that you think in the gray. You think in creative tones, okay? So you have a creative streak and a creative tendency. And I really feel that if you were to dive into that more, that it would actually help you feel healthier and feel better about what is going on right now in your life. But the hardest part is going to be creating that boundary. And why do I say that? Because you have a water and earth hand. Those are your elements. Yes, you can close it now, Richard. Yeah. Okay. So you said a lot there, Richard, so I'm gonna try, okay? So they're having a problem with posting comments on Facebook right now. Richard is, okay? So he's just doing some testing. So just if you ignore the comments that are coming from SPTV right at the moment, he would really appreciate that. Okay. So Gina, very quickly though, I'm going to move on to the next person. If you want to know more about what it is to be an earth and a water element hand, just reach out to me. Okay. You artsy person, you don't even know how creative you are. You don't. No idea. You have so much to give to people, so much. And there are people out there that will take it. They will. It's an unfortunate thing. So draw the boundary. Right, Richard? Okay, Mandy Lawrence is next. I'm going to take a quick drink of tea here. Excuse me. It's all right, Richard. Woo! Water and air. Wow. That's another one of those rare combinations. All right, so you have very deep lines, Mandy. Super, super, super deep lines. Your energy and the way you feel about things. You feel it deeply on a soul level. Everything that you go through in your life, it just kind of clings to you and is kind of braided into your energy, okay? So you have a presence line that is just like, has a spotlight on it. And the presence line goes straight up through the middle, okay? And I hope that you know and can see. And I kind of get this feeling that you are highly intuitive and that you are into, I don't know, I want to say cards for some reason. I want to say cards for some reason. Don't really know. Don't know. But there's some interest there, okay? So understand that you are very well respected. You are. People kind of look up to you for advice. People look up to you for that intuitive streak that you do have in you and that ability that you do have underneath it all, whether you are aware of it or not, okay? Now, that presence line, and I'm not talking like present as in a gift, I mean presence, right? That vibe that people get off of each one of us when we walk into a room, right? That goes over into the area which is the Mount of Luna or the Mount of Selene, the moon goddess. That means that you are pulling information from that area and applying it to every aspect of your life. Other thing is, you have markings down here toward the bottom of your palm, right? Now, that's very intriguing because it looks to me in a very strange way that you also have a secondary presence line forming over here. So at one point, you are saying one thing, and then you're going through life and you're fine and dandy, and then there's somebody that comes into your life because that line originates on your relationship line and comes down, and actually I think it's a little blurry for me, but I think actually meets up with that other presence line, and then you get all kind of jumbled. Do not let that person. Now, this is where I'm going to be kind of like a prognosticator here, but do not let that kind of influence who you are. You are a very strong person, very intuitive, okay? And the fact that you have this water-air situation going on, let me show you where that is, okay? Your palm, water. The fact that your thumb is so very large, which is Venus, okay, means that there is a part of you that feels validated when people say, oh yeah, that's right, okay, or that include you in a crowd, and that is not a bad thing. That's part of being human. We all like to be a part of something, do we not? I mean, I know I do, right? Now, the other thing is that the way your fingers, Jupiter kind of tapers, right? They all kind of taper, but Mercury is super, super thin and also tapers, and that happens to be air. And he is way off to the side. And I'm having to do that to get my finger to do that. Okay, so I apologize. But so that means that you will give your energy. You will put your all in to help others. You really will. But when it comes to actually speaking up for your inner self and saying, whoa, slow down. Okay, I need a break. You're going to have a little bit of a difficult time doing that. And I get it. Trust me, I have all people. I get that, okay? Understand the way that your lines are, as I said, okay? You feel everything very deeply. Even your relationship line, your wisdom line, your presence line, your lifeline, even the fact that on your segments, the beginning of your segments, you have round circles, okay? That also means that you are gifted in certain areas more than in others, which stands for everybody, because we all have our own uniqueness, right? But understand that in order to keep this wateriness free from getting murky or having more water thrown at it, you are going to have to, just as before with Gina, set those boundaries, because people are consistently going to throw their problems at you. And so that, I hope, Mandy, helped you in some way. And if you do have any questions, please just feel free to get in touch with me, okay? All right. So there we go. You know what, oh, okay. Well, okay. I was like, I couldn't get my computer to move, so I just, woo. All right. It's a little harsh there. It was a little harsh. Woke me up. Oh, my face is getting red now. I'm blushing. Oh, goodness. Oh, yes. So who do we have? Cool Beans. I still have Mandy on the screen. Cool Beans. I used to say that all the time. Cool Beans. Ah, okay. You're very welcome, Mandy. You're very welcome. So, Cool Beans. I happen to love the term Cool Beans, okay? Showing my age. Actually, I outed my age. But anyway, so with you, Cool Beans, I'm just going to keep saying it over and over again. You are also gifted in so many ways, but you have self-doubt, which we all have, right? I mean, come on. Now, some people call these marks that I'm going to point out on your hand, some people call them healer marks. And it drives me batty, to be quite honest with you. Because it's like I said recently to somebody, you have to go through an experience, right? Like the situation, you have to go through it. And then you get the knowledge from being a part of that situation. And then with that knowledge, then you get wisdom. Wisdom to be a healer, right? Or do whatever you're going to do as a response of that situation, that initial situation. So you have self-doubt lines, and that is the situation, okay? So, but it sounds a lot better to say healer lines, doesn't it? It sounds brighter and more cheery to say that. But you have those lines, and they are right underneath Saturn, okay? And they're also underneath Apollo. And they go like that. That's why I'm going like that with my pen. That being said, there is a doubt as to whether or not the way that you express yourself, communicate to others, whether it's fully having an effect and being understood by others. And yes, it is. Yes, it is. Don't doubt yourself about that. Sometimes, universe, source, whatever your personal beliefs are, Cool Beans, right? We just kind of get plunked in with the same crowd over and over from life to life to see what's going to happen this time around, right? And that can all be seen when looking at your past life hand. But on your hand, you are very well respected. You are. And the older you get, you are going to be even more respected, to the point that your hand kind of even bubbles a little bit. You have a little bubble there. And that's that presence line I'm talking about, that goes like that, okay? It goes right down, all right? And you can see like right about here, it bubbles out a little bit. And that means that people are going to be looking at you like, wow, wow, cool beans. They really know their stuff. They're a great person to be around. They're such a good person to have in your life, right? And that's all very good stuff. Okay, too accurate. All right, well, thank you for validating that. You felt skeptical? Okay, well, it's like I said, you have to start at A and not just jump to Z, right? You have to start at baby steps, right? You can't just say, oh, I'm wise, and never have read the book or had the experience to prove what you were doing. So that's what that self-doubt is about. So are they actually healer lines? Eventually, when they get deeper, when they actually get deeper. Right now, they're more on the superficial side, which means that they could change, because what I have not said, and I neglected to say this, is that the only lines that never change on somebody's hand are the fingerprints. They form in the womb, right? They're the first lines to form. The lifeline, the wisdom line, and the relationship line. They're never going to change. These 3 lines form when you are 4 or 5 weeks old in the womb. You can look it up, right? Look it up in any medical book even, right? Well, so what does that mean about palmistry? That means that everything else on the hand is a free-for-all, and it changes every 6 to 8 weeks, especially the hand that you write with. So you, cool beans, as a lefty, again, you think with the right side of your brain. So you see things in a very unique way, and you have a very unique way about doing things, right? And so with all that stuff, and I hope you were here to hear me say about the negative lines, right? Those negative situations that get thrown at us that go from the bottom of the thumb. People online to help. Okay. So all those situations that get thrown at us, right, cool beans? Yes. Okay, sorry. I was just listening to Richard for a little second there. We had a little blip. Anyway, I'm sorry, cool beans. You only have people online to help. Well, understand that the self-doubt that you have will lead to more wisdom, okay? And also the negative situations that you have from the base of your thumb that go to your lifeline actually are those situations that lead to that self-doubt. Now, they change throughout your life. And if you've ever heard the term they've left their mark on you, well, that's what they've done. People, situations will leave a mark on your energy. And that energy is consistently changing you, changing who you are, changing the way you interact with others. So understand. Let's see. Okay. So understand that you are going to have to start speaking your personal truth, because Mercury is so very, very short on your hand. That means that that is the one thing, the one area that actually leads to that self-doubt, is that you will say, I feel this is what this is. I feel this is what that is. Instead of just coming right out and proving it and putting things into the black and white. That's why you have to go through the situation to get the experience, get the knowledge, and then apply the wisdom. And once you do that, that's easy peasy, and it's cool beans from there. So I wish you luck. I wish you luck on your journey. And thank you for letting me read your hand, Cool Beans. I just like the name Cool Beans. Cool Beans. All right. Now, if you have any questions, just reach out. I don't know if that's a song or what you're doing over there, Richard, but it sounds quite painful. Okay, I don't know. Okay. Ooh. I'm just going to sit here. Yes, I am being serenaded at the moment, everybody. At least he is not trying to speak in a Southern or Appalachian accent. I've never heard that one before. I don't know where. I'm not going to venture a guess as to what type of accent that was supposed to be. That's horrible. I still don't know. Okay. All right. I get it now. That was right. That part right there. Yes. But you should hear it when he tries to speak like different dialects that are in the U.S. It's quite interesting. I still have yet to hear you try to talk Brooklyn or Queens, Brooklyn and Queens. Forget about it. No. You said it like a Texan. Yo. Yo, forget about it. Forget about it. Forget about it. There you go. There you go. Now, see, I will unplug this, Richard. We're about 3 seconds away from me unplugging this so everybody can hear. Okay. We have it. Okay. I don't know who this is, but hey, you got one. Jessica, hello there. Hello. Now, you have a combination hand as well with your elements, okay? Now, Jessica, that thumb can do like yoga poses on its own there. It can do some kind of weird exercises, right? And I appreciate that. That means that you, and it's a literal thing, will bend over backwards for other people. And it's a backbreaker though, okay? So let me ask you, Jessica, when was the last time that you actually did something for you? Just for you. Entirely and 100% just for you, Jessica. Didn't even really have to tell anybody. You just were like, I think I'm going to go for a walk today. I think I'm going to spend some time alone. I'm going to go get a coffee or a tea or, just something out of your ordinary, typical day, right? Something new, a day trip, something like that. Because that's what your hand says you need. 100. God, yes. Because that's what your hand is saying 150 million% that you need energetically, Jessica. Okay? Now, an interesting thing is that I can't really make it out, but you might potentially have a bit of a Simian Hand tendency. Now, Richard, is there any way to zoom into the top 2 lines? Like these top 2 lines here on her hand? Would that be a yes? A no? A maybe? Am I alone? Okay. Okay, it's quite pixelated, so we're going to go with what we can here, okay? The fact that those lines are so close together means that you do have simian qualities. Now, what is a simian hand, right? A simian hand is where the relationship line and the wisdom line, they're not separate. It's just one huge line that goes across. That's it. That's all you have. You have a lifeline, and then you'll have one huge line that goes across. Now, the fact that by what I'm looking at, it's a little difficult to see because it is so pixelated, but it looks like it's really, the space is almost non-existent, okay? So you are going to be misunderstood by a lot of people, and it's all right, okay? Simian-handed people, you're not 100% simian hand, first off, and that's what they call that type of palm, okay? And a lot of palmists don't like to read simian hands, and I think that's very horrible to not read that type of palm. But you, a simian hand person, is part of 5 to like 6% of the entire population of the planet. A 100% simian handed person, okay? So you, personality, energy wise, all that, you are more on the rare side of things. So you do have to take care of you. You do have to recharge you. You do have to take time to breathe. Just chill and just be like, okay, I can do this. I, Jessica, can do this. Okay? Now the other thing is that with your 2 fingers, again, Saturn, the bad middle finger right here, and Apollo, they are together on your palm, and you see the space in between Jupiter and a space over here between them and Mercury. Then just for I lost my, I'm very sorry to hear that, Jessica, okay? Very sorry. Very sorry to hear that. Yeah. So with that being said, now it's time for you, isn't it? Now, when you have those 2 fingers together, it means that you do assume that role, as you've heard me say for a couple of the other people, right? Now, you don't have to necessarily do that. As I said, the propensity, meaning that your hand, obviously the way your fingers are stuck on your palm, it's not going to change, right? So that is that wheel. We have to just identify, hey, I'm doing this again, and kind of go against the grain the pattern that we are used to in order to shake things up energetically for ourselves. And my advice to you is to understand that with a little bit of quality of air that you do have on your hand and the simian situation, that people aren't really going to be sure about your reactions at first. So you just have to go out there and just get to it first. If you want to hug somebody, if you want to shake somebody's hand, just do it. If you want to say hi to somebody, do it. Just be you, because you're only meant to be you. You're not meant to be anybody else. That's what you're here to do. You're here in this life to be you, Jessica. So please take that time for you, all right? Now, simian-handed people often, because of those lines get super, super close, right? It means that the decisions that we make are kind of wrapped up in our relationships, and our relationships are wrapped up in the way that we think about things. So all it takes is to be wronged one time, or what we consider to be wronged, right? One time by a person, and then that relationship is over. So you have you feel obligated, yes. Well, now it's time to start taking care of you because you cannot pour from an empty cup. Can't. No matter how hard you try, you can try, but you have to refill your cup. Even though you have a little bit of air, you also have all that water. So take care of you, all right? And stop bending over and letting other people be the first ones to tell you what to do. Okay? You're much stronger than that. You are, Jessica. And if you need anything, if you have any questions about anything that I just said, you just reach out to me. But it's time to be you now. And I know that might be a little bit like deer in headlight moment, like what? What? Wait, what? But it's time to be you. It's time to be you. And that, that could be a very refreshing thought, actually. So take care of yourself, Jessica, and reach out to me if you have any questions. All right. All right. So, Richard, who do we have next? Yeah, that's the idea. Let's see. Oh, tomorrow you have Marcus and Deb, don't you? Yeah. I'm just thinking you're cropping, and Richard's over there cropping everybody's photos. Hello, everybody. You need to practice your photo skills, okay? You need to practice the photo skills, especially with this and also with a show that's on tomorrow as well, which we will get to. Here it is right now. Marcus and Deb's Images of Spirit. Now, that is a show to behold. It really, really is. I love both of them. Love the both of them dearly. Now, what they do is people send in photos of family. Is that right? Of loved ones who have passed. And I almost said it like you said it. Oh boy, your accent's rubbing off on me, Richard. Anyway, and they will see what happens. They'll see what messages they get, etc. Whatever kind of trips that wire, so to speak, in the mediumistic world that they are in. And that is something to tune in and watch 100%, please. You'll enjoy it. You really will. Now, see, you're going to get bombarded with more photos about that, Richard. Okay. Now, you're going to have to help me there. Merjam. Okay, so this is Your Stars with Merjam Schneider. And, this is the astrologer. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. So get your astrology questions ready, everybody. Especially your moon questions. I personally, myself, I really think that the moon sign is really important. So, as she could. Okay. And next week we also have the Lovetarian Way with Natalia PH. Okay. And with a guest speaker, Dr. Merlin Pixton, Doctor of Metaphysics, mentor, and author. And that starts Wednesday the 23rd. And would you like to tell me a little bit about that show, Richard? Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is really a fantastic show. It's basically just how to practice almost self-care, how to appreciate yourself, how to pick yourself up, how to be the best you that you can be and the most positive you that you could be without. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a very, very, and these are actual professionals. These are actual doctors. It's not just somebody who's going to come on and say, "Hey, let's be hippies for a day," which happens a lot on these kinds of places. Feel the love. It's not going to happen. You're going to get actual, um, medical kind of advice, kind of things from these people, and socioanalytical kind of things from these people. And so that's really something that we need in this world right now. Big time. Big time. All right. So, Richard, hello. So, okay. Yeah. I'm not talking to this Richard. I'm talking to the Richard Dearden that is on the screen at the moment. So, I will call. Okay, so Richard, not Richard Dearden. This Richard, he's singing to me again in words that I just no, don't do it, Richard. Don't do it, Sir Richard. Okay. No, no. Oh my goodness, man. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so this Richard Dearden. Hello. Okay. Thank you for sending in a photo of your hand. And thank you for allowing me to read it. It's wonderful. Thank you. It's an honor. It truly is, right? Now, interesting thing with you is your lifeline. I can see, even though it is slightly pixelated because I'm assuming the photo was enlarged, okay? Yeah. You have lines in this area, okay, which is the Mount of Venus, not a thing to do with love, has to do with social interaction, okay? So for every negative situation that starts here at the base of the thumb and goes toward the lifeline, which you've heard me speak about, right? I can tell from here, you have something called sister lines, which actually, I'll use this side of my pen. Try not to draw on myself there, which run parallel, okay, to the lifeline. And you have a ton of them. And you have them even back here, okay? Now, those are angels. Those are family members. Those are friends over in spirit that actually can kind of watch over you. And now this is where I need you to understand something. We can go two ways. We can either talk about a coffee maker or a court case. So I think I'm going to pick a coffee filter here. Coffee maker, coffee filter. They act as the filter, okay? They can see from their standpoint things that are coming and kind of being thrown at you by people, right? And they will kind of be there as the filter, and all the nastiness that gets thrown at you, right? I'm going to go like this so you can see both my hands. This is them, right? All the nastiness is the coffee grounds, right? And you put the coffee grounds in the filter. Well, then the emotions and the situation when it happens, which is the water, right? Water is emotion, right? Goes through all those nasty coffee grinds, right? Or grounds, goes through them and comes out the other side toward your lifeline as something that is palatable. And you may say, well, I'm a tea drinker, which is where I'm going to start talking about tea, tea filters and tea bags and all that. It's the same principle, okay? They will try to help you through situations as much as they potentially can, the same way a defense attorney would present a case to a judge and jury, okay? Now, if one of those negative lines happens to go through them, just cut right through them, and hit the lifeline, and maybe sometimes even go through the lifeline, that is a karmic situation that you were meant to experience, to learn from. So they didn't win their case. They couldn't do anything about that. That's that one bit of coffee that gets in your mug and you're just like, wait, what kind of filter was this, right? So with all that being said, Richard, understand you have many, many spirits and energies on the other side that are looking out for you, all right? Another thing is that you work so very hard. Saturn, Jupiter, and you get a satisfaction from actually helping others, which is a really, really great thing that you do. And I'm not even really sure what it is that you do, but you keep at it, okay? Keep doing the good work. And now Apollo, which is this guy right here. The fact that he is a little bit longer than Jupiter, which is Zeus, okay? I'm talking about Apollo here, right? If you look at your hand, it's longer than Zeus. That means that you have a very gentle way of actually, in a very creative way of expressing things to people, and it makes it go over better. If something is not going right, if something is just really going sideways, you can actually use that aspect of who you are energetically, and it will help you in business like no tomorrow. Really, really will. All right, now you have a lot of earthiness to your hand, and this is the last thing that I'm going to mention, is that with an earth hand, you have to know when to draw the line and say, okay, I can't do this, because every good farmer knows rotational farming, meaning that you plant a crop in this acre and over here and this acre, you leave it and you plant a dummy crop, which will actually put nutrients in that soil for that particular season, so that the next year it'll be the other way around, okay? Because if you just keep planting in the same soil without providing nutrients in it, nothing's going to grow. So remember that, Richard. So self-care, 100% necessary for you. Okay, and this is for Richard Dearden, not the Richard who keeps singing and dropping their headphones and headset. Okay, so who's in my ear right now? Wasn't singing anything but tippy tapping on a computer. Okay, I told you. I said the headset did. I told everybody. Oh, okay, I hope that helped. And again, if you have any questions, you just reach out and you ask me. I've heard that before, and I cannot read all of that message off and on. Okay. 3 years off and on. All right. Well, remember, you have an earth hand, remember to ground. So, okay, so please remember, draw that line when you feel like you energetically need to have that, I hate to say it, but that dummy crop planted in you so that you get the nitrogen put back into your soil so that you can grow, right? You can grow things and help people and all those plants and those seeds that are you're trying to grow, right? Because that's what earth is. It's soil, it's dirt, right? It provides nutrients to others. Do it. If you have to take that moment, do it. And when you're done working in mediumship and, for the day or whatever, recharge your batteries. boundaries by grounding. Okay, very important for you as an earth hand. Okay, so we'll do cards now. Okay, yeah, I'm going to be switching over to cards now. And again, any of you that I did read your poem, if you have any questions, just reach out to me. Look for Rachel G. Palmistry. You're going to find me somewhere. I promise you that. You're going to find me somewhere. Even on the SPTV website. Okay? All right, so again, for tonight, we are using the Sacred Forest Oracle by Denise Lynn. These are not tarot. So, oracle cards, and I will admit, I don't read the book. And every person that creates these decks, they're probably like, if anybody comes across anything I do, they're probably like, what? But no, I don't read the book. Because if it doesn't click with you, the deck does not click, then it's not really the deck for you. That's the way I kind of came into this, and I cannot see that, Richard. Oh no, that's perfect. I can see that. That is wonderful. That is wonderful. That is wonderful. I love it. Okay. Yes, I can see that. It's perfect. Thank you. So, just so you know, this is what the back of the cards look like. They are very beautiful. They're published by Hay House. I am partial to a different publisher, but yeah, they did a really good job with the cardstock that they chose for this particular deck. And Avril, this is your card. This is your life. Absolutely. That's what I'm doing right now. I got you. That's another Brooklyn term. I got you. Got you. All right. So we have Forest Temple, okay, which stands for enlightenment. So why are you feeling a little lost at the moment? Because you are trying to find your path, literally, in a forest. Hello. It's like a maze. In the center of the forest, there is this temple. You are going through an enlightenment, meaning some people call it an ascension, some people call it an upgrade, some people call it, well, take your pick. There's so many terms for it, right? But always, when that is happening, people will feel a little lost, okay? Now, with this card, I'm going to point out some things. We have the yellow, which is everywhere, actually, almost everywhere. And we have the green. She's wearing green, right? So, focus on how you feel about you right now, because that solar plexus stuff, and also the dress, the green, is the heart chakra. So, the better you feel about you, the more confident you feel, you will be able to understand, I want to say downloads that you feel you may be getting at this moment, and this kind of, I don't know, update you're getting. And then my internet's getting all wonky, isn't it? Oh, always. Oh, okay. All right. So I hope that helped, Avril. Okay. Do the next one. Hi, Stephanie. All right. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Okay. Here we go. Ooh, Pegasus. Transcending. You are going to be actually rising above the situations and seeing things the way from a completely different perspective than you are used to seeing them. Now I just read what you said. I'm pushing my fiance away. Oh, that's because you are seeing things differently than you were before. And my internet is really getting bad. So, with the Pegasus, should I continue? Okay. So, with the Pegasus, another mythical creature, right? The Pegasus only shows up for those who are worthy enough to actually see and be around the Pegasus. The Pegasus chooses, okay? So, understand that the fact that you are seeing things and you are being allowed to see things differently about the situations around you is for the better. Okay, it's for the best at the moment. So don't have any fear. Don't have any fear. Change is always necessary for growth. Remember that. And that's what's happening right now. Okay, I hope that helped. Heidi. Hey there, Heidi. Okay. I hope my internet hangs in there for Heidi. Okay. Ooh. You have the Bluebell Fairy. Okay. Which stands for gratitude. Now, understand one thing. Not only does it stand for gratitude, but this animal right here, as we call them here, a buck, right? Now, a buck is very, very revered in First Nation culture, very revered. And the bluebell flowers themselves are the Fae flower here, around here anyway. So please, get out there in nature and appreciate the things, the little tiny, tiny things that only last momentarily. You need to start appreciating those things more in order to see how much it influences the bigger picture, because it's always the smallest of things, the smallest of moments, the smallest of things that actually has the biggest influence overall. And people don't understand that, but it's the truth. Okay. All right, who do we have next? And you're welcome, Heidi. Nia. All right. Okay. Ooh, Rainbow Waterfall. Miracles. All right. So we have transformation after transformation. We have all of these butterflies, don't we? We have a burnt orange one. We have a yellow one up here. And then we have a purple one over here underneath my finger. And we also even have the rainbow, which is actually caught in the midst of the waterfall. So with transformation, a miracle actually does occur with a caterpillar, does it not? I mean, caterpillar transitions from something that something completely different. It turns into a goo and comes out of its cocoon and this chrysalis stage and all this stuff as something absolutely magnificent and beautiful. And that is the miracle. But who's to say that the caterpillar just didn't like being a caterpillar? So there might be a little bit of heartache here. But understand, it's a miracle that will occur, okay? Transformations like that are dramatic and often heartfelt when we learn to appreciate the actual ability that it can happen. Okay, hope you got that and understood that. It seemed a little fractured there at the end. I had a lot of weird advice going through my head. All right, so hey, Rose. Your card goes with you. Maple Spirit, generosity. All right. Now, I'm going to point out something. That this actually is not the time when maple syrup would be tapped from this tree, but the maple tree itself is associated with how many different Norse pantheon figures, okay? The acorns, that's actually the oak tree, isn't it? But maple trees are actually also associated with different Norse pantheon figures. And in the springtime, that's when it is tapped actually to get maple syrup. So understand, the maple tree itself is supremely generous. It's always giving. It's always giving. And it's always one of the most beautiful trees, as you can see here. Look at the color that it gives off. And that's why I say it kind of matched you, because it kind of matches your photo down in the corner here on my screen. But I want you to also notice these stones over here. So there is ancient wisdom. And I don't know what your personal beliefs are, but I really feel that you should go into some kind of dig up in your ancestry.com kind of thing and kind of check out your family, the family that you never knew. That's just kind of what I'm feeling. That's what I'm feeling. Whatever. I'll shake that off. Or I'll shake it off. All right, I hope that helped, Rose. Okay, do we have anybody else? Catherine. Sure, let me just take a quick drink of water here. All right, Catherine, here is your card. Ooh. Ooh, you have the Mystic Meadow, which stands for Sanctuary. And it's a really beautiful card, and I hope that you can see all of the little intricacies of it. I hope you can see all that. We have so many ways that this can go. But you, my friend, and I'm going to dare call you my friend, Catherine, are providing sanctuary. You are the Mystic Meadow. You yourself are very mystic, meaning that I don't know if you even consider yourself a seer, or whether you are just really highly empathic, or maybe even an animal empath, but you can provide sanctuary for people. You can provide sanctuary for animals, and you can just be there for people more than you are aware of. Okay? Now, some people may be like, oh, she's gone down that rabbit hole. And why do I say that? Because of this right here. Yes, it's very Alice in Wonderland-esque, isn't it? But we also have that grizzly. We have the fox. We have so many animals in this picture. And sometimes it affects how you feel. Keep at it, though. No matter what, keep at it, for the benefit of those that need you. Okay. Do you have anyone else, Richard? It's okay. I understand. Martha. Martha, is it your first reading of any kind? I'm curious now. Oh boy, no pressure. I like that Rumi quote over there. All right. Okay, here we go. Aspen Spirit, Courage. Ooh, beautiful colors. Communication, communication, communication. The changes that are going on around you, communicate. How you feel about them, communicate. 100% communicate. I don't know if you feel that you are trapped. I don't know if you feel that you can't escape a situation that you are currently going through. But understand, you have the ability to make change. You have it. And why do I say communicate? And I will tell you, as this is your first reading, blue is the throat chakra, yellow, solar plexus, the green that is kind of through here and in the trees, right? That is the heart chakra. So it's affecting how you feel about things, feel about yourself, and also how you treat and actually how you, those emotions that you have for others, okay? Those things that you hold dear and hold dear to your heart are being affected. So communicate. You need to be courageous, and this card says that you do have the courage, but it's up to you to use it. It's up to you. All right. Anybody else? Okay. Okay. All right, Julie. Absolutely, you may have a card. Okay. All right. So, Julie, let me get. Oh, I feel like I have to shuffle these one more time. My goodness. What's that about? All right. Oh, Bluebird spirit. Happiness. The Bluebird of happiness. What a wonderful card. Also down here, we have a very, very, very rare creature. We have the albino buck, okay? Which means that he is able to live in this forest, even though he is stark white in the wilderness. He is stark white, lacking any kind of color that would make him blend in, almost camouflage, right? Just as much as the bluebird is striking blue with striking red and brings happiness because of its song that it sings and the appearance. When it shows up, it's often spring. When you see the bluebird brings happiness because that's when you know spring has sprung. So understand that it is a new time in your life, Julie. I don't know what it is that you have going on, but allow yourself to be happy because you 100% deserve it. You do. You really, really do. And don't say no. You do. You do. You deserve it. Okay. You have anybody else? Okay. Hi, Sam. Okay. Sam has her own show here on SPTV. So, and when will she be on? Next Friday at what time? 1 o'clock UK time. And Sam specializes in runes. It's a wonder. I've always wanted to get into runes, actually. But I always forget what the runes mean. That's bad of me. Oh, getting married. Oh, boy. That was for Julie. Julie's getting married. That's what that happiness is. Oh, okay. All right. Good for you. Congratulations. So please check out Sam's show next Friday at 1 UK time. So that would be, I'm not going to do the math right now. I think that would be, 8 in the morning here in Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so here's your card, Sam. Oh, Owl Spirit. And I think it goes with you. Not only do you have wings, as you can see, the owl is right above you, almost protecting you, almost guiding you. You can almost send the owl out to do the bidding for you, right? And with this card, I also feel a lot of like pent up kind of sacral stuff and also root stuff. So you might want to focus on those chakras. And we also have just a plethora of the whole thing. So when's the last time you had your Reiki attunement? When's the last time you had any Reiki work there, Sam? I'm going to send some energy out to you just for the heck of it with only your blessing, if you give me permission to, okay? But understand, this is a very strong card, but it's also a card of contemplation. Remember when I said earlier, I'm going to set the card down for a moment. You have to go through the situation, whatever it may be, however uncomfortable it may be, to get the knowledge from going through that situation, and then being able to apply that knowledge that you've learned from going through it to get to that what? Wisdom. That applies to you. Rise above it. I really feel like I have to tell you that. I don't know what's going on, but rise above it. You have the owl spirit. So, there you go, Sam. Thanks for stopping by. So, I think that's it for tonight, Richard. Yeah. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in, doing whatever you do. Thank you for being you. I'm going to start talking like Mr. Rogers now. But understand, I do appreciate you being here. I appreciate the fact that you let me read your palms. I do hold it very sacred, and I really do hold it in high regard. And thank you for trusting me and letting me read your palm. Okay? If you do have any questions, just reach out to me. Rachel G. Palmistry. You'll find me somewhere. You will. And please check out sptv.uk, and you can find the schedule of everybody that's going to be on, all of the presenters, the days, the times. You can find so many things, classes, a magazine, different workshops, all different kinds of events that are going on, all by checking out sptv.uk. And you can also become a patron, because all of this is free. It's free, if you haven't noticed already. So please check it out. Hello to you, Allison. And you are very, very welcome, Avril and Natalie. And I wish you all very, very well. And Eddie. And if you have any questions, again, I'm going to reiterate this over and over and over. Hi, Christiana. Please just reach out. I wish you do. Good night. Good night, everybody.